Paycheck, nice one. Looking at how do men in their 40s recover after losing status, income, or identity. Now, a lot of people think that you're going to have a huge stress because of the loss of income, but the research is saying that your personal social status, your identity, your sense of belonging, and your purpose are things that are hugely important when this happens too. I'm a best-selling author and a man in his 40s, and we're going to look at the research now, and I'm going to give you my takeaway at the end, the bonus. Now, we're looking at the research, a large review of research, in fact, across 46 samples and 29 studies with regard to unemployment and well-being, and found that unemployment consistently predicted poor well-being and lower life satisfaction. The longer unemployment lasted, the worse the impact became. Research also found a troubling cycle. Unemployment reduces well-being. But this is not all, because poor well-being can also increase later unemployment risk. People can become trapped in a cycle. That means as a man in our 40s, we could go into our 50s and indeed our 60s and into retirement in this trap. So if you're stuck, we need to get out. How do we do that? Let's find out. Well, the solutions are going to be number one. Separate your job title from your identity. That's a huge one, in fact. It is number one right now on the list, but it can be number one for you right now, because the real number one is you. And you have to ask yourself the question of, why are you number one? You are not your role, whatever your job is. Even if you're in a role right now, or management, or getting big money, it doesn't really matter, because it's not you. You take off that shirt and tie and you go home, and if you don't, you're sleeping at something weird, because your identity is something deeper than that. You need to also maintain daily structure immediately. Employment creates time structure, routine, goals, regular activity. Yes, you get into the humdrum and you get a little bit bored, but it gives you that structure. Now, losing these individual and invisible benefits damages well-being unless you have something to replace it with. If you have a huge hobby that you know takes a lot of time, go for it. Protect your social circle, because unemployment often shrinks friendship networks and social contact. Isolation quietly amplifies distress. Schedule human contact deliberately. I can remember a time many years ago when older people in my country were angry about the government potentially shutting down rural post offices, because they knew, they were wise, they were unemployed for a long time through retirement, and they knew that the deliberate action of speaking to somebody just by picking up a pension, by going to the shop, these little things all add up to your social connectiveness, and it's very important. So scheduling that time deliberately really will impact on your well-being too. Ask yourself if you've hidden, because do not hide. Research notes unemployment carries social stigma. Many people start saying, consultant now, or between projects, or you might be using these phrases yourself for taking time out or between positions. Shame thrives in secrecy, so be open and honest with it. Call it what it is, but if you have something to plan for it afterwards, you can just adapt the conversation or bring that conversation to what your next project is going to be about. And look, expect emotional fallout. Job losses predicts depression, anxiety, lower self-esteem, reduced perceived competence with regard to not only what you've done in work, because you're probably the expert, you're doing it for many years, but how you can carry forward those skills into something even if you're not being paid. That's very challenging too. So feeling emotionally shaken does not mean that there's weaknesses there. It's normal, so expect it. It may also mean that you're having a normal response to a major setback in life. Now, if you're getting something from this video, please like it, please comment, good or bad, or something in between. We'll have a conversation about it. And also, I'll produce more videos if you subscribe. Moving on, watch financial stress closely. Research identifies economic hardship as a major secondary stressor. Money problems often trigger once this unemployment begins. Relationship strain is there too. Who you're with. If you're looking at time in a different way, or if their day is busier and you're slowing down, you might be thinking in a different way too. Sleep problems, who you're beside, or whatever, can also impinge on these relationships and money problems too. So you need to address your practical realities very early. Protect your relationships though. Job losses affect spouses and families, not just your partners, but also the the potential of children and younger people and all people around you. If you're caring for older people, say in your 40s too, stress can spread through households very quickly. Talk before resentment builds, because we don't want it over and back and to interrupt into the relationship. So if you're going to be unemployed and you know you're going to be unemployed, plan it and communicate it with others, especially closest to you. Try to keep small wins flowing, because mastery and control strongly influence your mental health. Complete courses, even if there's just mini courses. Doing and watching a video like this, for example, is very, very good. Certification might be something to aim for. It might only need to be a small little goal to get a little bit further on, just to get that little dopamine hit and feeling good about yourself and knowing independently that you can do things despite the fact that money is not coming in. Your self-esteem is going forward. Projects. Is there something you can do in the garden? Is there something you can do within your relationships? Put the boundary around that project yourself and show the big win after certain things have been accomplished that you and maybe only you know, but you've been putting on the long finger whilst you were working in the past. Recognize that long-term unemployment hits harder. It's there in the research. You're not the first person, I'm afraid, that actually has been unemployed for a longer term. Research consistently found that longer unemployment worsened well-being. It's a fact. So do not interpret this as failure though. It's just something you have to go through. Interpret it as a signal to increase your support level. Therefore, you can deepen your relationships and even try to connect with older friends from outside your work. Build identity before building your career. We're going back to the very first point here, but you can reignite what it is your initial identity is before you even started that job, even if you're in that job for many, many years after that. Look, my final takeaway is that, look, employment is not just about money. Yes, it's needed. Yes, it's required in our lives, but identity, meaning, mastery, belonging, and social connectiveness and status are so important. People often believe unemployment hurts because they stop working and the lula doesn't come in. But research suggests a deeper possibility, because us as men, we suffer because we temporarily lose these structures, and we need to know, who am I? Thanks for watching. Please like this video. If you subscribe, comment to say that you have, and we'll look after you.